Wall Street ended Monday at record levels, with the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average both posting all-time closing highs, and investors pushed past political uncertainty and focused on corporate earning prospects.
Well, I think when you look at the year, there's a lot of enthusiasm about earnings growth, and we're going to get into earnings season, and the economy seems pretty strong. So when I think about the market setup here today, we're in a pretty good tailwind with positive liquidity outlook for the year. And there's a lot of positives, although of course there's always some turbulence. You have issues with the Fed and some questions around Jerome Powell today and geopolitics. So that's going to be the case going forward for a while. But I think the stronger force is earnings growth, growing economy, and liquidity in the globe that's looking to inflect higher this year. So those are the positives that are driving the markets.
Todd Alston, Chief Investment Officer at Paranos Investments, said optimism around earnings growth and a strong U.S. economy continues to support markets. Despite turbulence from geopolitical risks and questioning surrounding the Federal Reserve, markets were lifted by gains in the technology stocks and surges in shares of retailer Walmart.
Well, when you think about the news today with the president initiating some prosecution against Jerome Powell, it's obviously concerning, and we want to be, bipartisan and keep politics out of it. But when you think about markets in general, why this is concerning is that one of the most important dynamics of growing markets and markets that compound wealth is an independent Fed. And I think that should be a bipartisan issue, that should be non-political. And so when we continue to have rhetoric towards the Fed governor, the governance around the Fed, it's obviously going to create some volatility. And the United States is the reserve currency in the world. We're the largest economy in the world. We are obviously a tremendous financial powerhouse. So any Fed independence is very important. So we don't want to be political on this, but clearly the volatility could be impactful as the year goes on. And it's definitely a concern we all need to watch.
Alston said investors were watching closely after news that the U.S. Justice Department was considering criminal charges against Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, raising concerns about the independence of the central bank. Stocks had opened lower earlier in the day following reports of a possible indictment tied to Powell's congressional testimony on a building renovation project.
I firmly believe that Chair Powell is a pro, and he's going to use his process and look at the best interests of our monetary system, inflation, employment, all the different metrics, the mandate of the Fed. And I believe he's going to act according with his role and the board to do the right thing. So while the pressure was raised today, I don't think that has a bearing on what decisions he's going to have on the Fed balance sheet or direction of Fed funds rates. He's a pro. He's thinking about the long term, clearly his legacy of trying to do the right thing.
Alston said he believes Powell will continue to act independently, guided by the Fed's mandate on inflation and employment, and will not be swayed by political pressure from the White House. By the close, the S&P 500 rose 0.16% to 6,977.27. The Nasdaq gained 0.26% to 23,733.90. And the Dow added 0.17% to finish at 49,590.2.